As GCSE maths exams get closer, many students start doing more and more, but not always the right things. My name is Bradley, and I'm an experienced maths tutor, and today I'm going to be telling you what to do in the final weeks before your GCSE exams. So, first of all, in the final weeks before your GCSE exams, what should you prioritize? Well, it depends how you feel. If you feel confident that you're going to pass your exam or get the grades that you want to get, then you want to focus on strengthening what you already know. Strengthen what you already know as much as possible. However, if you're not confident that you're going to pass the exam and think you're going to do really, really bad, or think that you're not going to do as well as you'd want to, then it's important that you strengthen what you don't know. You revise the things you don't know while still strengthening the things you do know, but putting a priority on the things that you don't know so that you can try and get as much information as possible that you need before the exam. So we know what to prioritize and what to do, but what should you stop doing before the exam? Well, during the final weeks before the exam, you should stop doing passive revision. What is passive revision? Well, passive revision looks like watching a YouTube video while sipping on some prime juice and hoping that the information sort of goes in your head and stays in there. Well, you shouldn't try and do that. Passive revision is not going to help you in the final weeks. You need to lock in, you need to get active with your revision, and you need to get involved, because gone are the days when you can waste time. The final weeks before the exam are key and they're crucial, and you need to make sure that you are using your time wisely. Also, you should stop categorizing topics as done. Well, you should have a list of topics that you want to revise during these final weeks. Make sure you are going back to topics that you do know and strengthening them, revising them so that you don't forget them for your GCSE exams. Also, during these final weeks, you need to stop ignoring the mark scheme. The mark scheme can seem scary to some. To some, they avoid it because they feel like they don't need to look at it. However, the mark scheme is so important. It tells you what the examiners are looking for and it puts you in their mind. It helps you to answer the questions to the best of your ability so that you can get the most marks. So look at the mark scheme, look at what they're wanting for each type of question. Learn it so that you can answer the questions properly and fully and get the maximum marks for that question. When you are doing all these things, when you're prioritizing the right things and avoiding the right things, then it will help you to gain confidence, because you'll know that you're doing the right things revision wise and that you're gaining knowledge and you're doing the best you can during your exam. However, revision should be about giving you confidence. It shouldn't be about overloading yourself. During the final weeks before the exam, do not overload yourself with revision. Do not burn yourself out by revising non-stop. Make sure you continue to have breaks when you're not revising, possibly putting breaks in your revision session. If not, then maybe having a day in the week where you do not revise. Make sure you do that, and make sure you keep doing things that you enjoy, hanging out with friends. Not too much, obviously, you need to lock in, but make sure that you are doing the right things for yourself at this time, so that you take care of your health, so that you're not burnt out during your GCSE exams, and so that you can put in the best performance possible. So if we had to put in a final preparation strategy for the final weeks before the GCSE exams, what would it be? Well, in short, if I had to recommend a final preparation strategy, I would say to do this. Rank topics. Make a green list, an amber list, and a red list. Make the green list topics that you are easily gonna pass. Make the amber list topics you're unsure about, and the red list topics that you have absolutely no clue on. Make that list and prioritize the red things, then the amber things, then the green things. Also, make sure that you are regularly doing past papers. Regularly do past papers. When you're doing the past papers, after you've done them, look at the mark scheme and see if your answers are in line with the mark scheme, and see if you are getting the maximum marks that you can for that type of question. Make sure when you're doing your past papers, simulate exam conditions. Do it in the time that you're supposed to do it. Do it in a quiet room so that you can fully focus and so that you can be prepared for the actual GCSE experience. And also, when you make mistakes, make sure to keep a mistake log. Log your mistakes and learn from them so that you can look at them, learn from them, and make sure that you don't do them in your GCSE exams by fixing the mistakes before them. And one final thing I'd say is to make sure you know your calculator. Papers 2 and 3 in the UK Maths GCSE exams are calculator papers, and it's important, especially if you're doing the higher paper, that you know how to navigate your calculator quickly so that you save precious moments in the exam that you may need for other things. So know your calculator, know your way around it, know how to find certain things, know the format that the answers come out in and how to change them into another format if needed. Make sure you know all those things so that you're fully prepared for your GCSE exams. So that was what you should do in the final weeks before your GCSE exams. If you want a little bit more help on what topics to prioritize for you personally, and also different methods that you should apply yourself, then in the description below there'll be a link to a free planning call. This is a 50-minute planning call that's completely free, and where you'll be able to talk to me and you'll be able to find out what you specifically should do for yourself leading up to the GCSE exams. It lets us together make a plan so that you can do the GCSEs and grow to your full potential and get the highest potential grades that you can. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sure you got some value from it, and I will see you in the next one.